So we're starting summer school.
Just want better for y'all.
I don't think enough people are saying this shit.
These are just our ideas.
Maybe we should all be a little bit more self-aware and a little bit less delusional.
What do we know?
What the fuck could we possibly know?
Hey, look, get your shit together.
But let me stay focused.
All right, and welcome back to The Reason They Should Have Never Gave You Niggas Microphones. I'm Lil Lo.
I'm Bitch Hot Shay.
And I'm Will.
And this is Let Me Stay Focused, the podcast. Woo!
You know the vibes.
Well, welcome. Is there anything that you want to share with our audience about who you are?
I'm a nigga. I'm non-binary. And I am very politically opinionated.
I love that. I love that. That's all what, I feel like that's what we're all about. Very opinionated niggas.
For shit show.
I think that we should change the bio of the podcast to just opinionated niggas.
Don't let me be influential.
You said political though, so like
That too.
What do you like? You mean like professionally?
Like, to survive. Like, I gotta be political because if I don't understand politics, then I can lose. Like, I won't make it. My family won't make it. My community won't make it. It's,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, I feel you. I get what you mean.
I feel like that's us a little bit. I mean, I think there's a little bit more niggatry to it when we talk about the podcast. Just a little bit.
Well, yeah, me, I feel like more so like you know what's going on more.
No, because when you were the one who told me about what Florida was trying to do with the education.
Yeah.
I feel like you know what I don't know.
We do discuss, political stuff, politics stuff, but
That's what I'm saying. We
like
don't talk
shit,
about
like you
politicians, but we talk about like politics.
yeah, like life stuff,
Yeah.
like you said.
Yeah, because fuck politicians. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Yeah, they do a little bit too much for my liking. Well, as you know, every episode we have an honorable mention, and it's to shout out people who are on their shit. And this week I have honorable mention, and I have the absolute pleasure, and I hate honorable mention, of having them niggas on the Alabama boat. So if you haven't heard, there's a riverboat ride in Alabama, and where the boat is supposed to dock, some white people parked their boat, and they were like, hey, you can't fucking park there. A very large, almost cruise ship sized vessel parks here all the time. This spot is for them. The security guard who told the white people on the boat that happened to be black, they got out what we know now, what has been recently announced by their Alabama police chief out there, is that they had a gun and called the security guard a nigger, and then proceeded to jump him.
I felt like it was some niggas thrown around there.
It just looked like there was some niggers thrown around. Like, I think one of them had the American flag on and whatever. So after they jumped the security guard, every nigga on the boat
Fuck around.
hopped off and whooped their ass.
Find out.
They're calling it the Bama River Brawl. I'm calling it the Bama River Revolution.
Yeah,
I respect that. They didn't hear that conversation. They just got off and started whooping ass.
Yeah, they just seen boy getting beat.
Yeah.
Man just ran down the ramp. Man's hopped in the canal, swam across the channel.
And he was 16.
What?
Yeah,
He just wanted to help.
Real nigga of the year, for sure.
And what I've seen more recently is that a lot of the people who jumped off and got to whipping ass had on blue shirts because a lot of them were his coworkers. They were the crew of the boat.
yeah, it said crew on the back.
I love that. And I think that black people should take this approach more often.
Yeah, that was dope. Man, so many people watched that video so many times. Like,
Get him.
every time you watch it, you notice something else like new about it.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it.
And I feel like the fact that the white folk involved didn't say at some point, we are clearly outmanned here. There's not enough of us. I know we jumped that one guy, but there's not enough of us that maybe we should just fucking stop. Like the way that they process whiteness is, I'm going to get involved because you niggas shouldn't be able to do this. And what'd you do? You got lumped the fuck up.
It was white mediocrity in action.
That's what I'm saying. Who did you think you was seeing in this fight? And I also learned that there, where that pier was, used to have a warehouse because they sold so many slaves on that pier that they had to have a place to hold them.
Bro, the whole street, Commerce Street, was literally named Commerce Street because they would get Africans off the boat and walk them down Commerce Street to a slave auction block at an intersection like half a mile down the street from where they was at. I saw the whole map and shit on Twitter. I was like, this is nuts.
Yeah.
And I love this. I really, truly love this.
The ancestors are smiling for sure.
Listen, I can't stop smiling. I haven't stopped smiling since I've seen it.
Every time I see it, I be like, yes.
I be trying to find more, like, I'm trying to find more footage that don't even exist. Like,
Hey, yo.
I need to see
Different angle.
every single minute of it.
You saw the angle from the window when he was hitting Shorty with the chair?
No.
It's an angle from inside the window, and she was like, oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was like different angles. I didn't hear the sound on that one, but yeah.
And allegedly. So the police, anyways, have pressed charges on 4 of those people. They also said that they would like to speak to the man wielding a folding chair. I didn't see a man wielding a folding chair.
I didn't see a chair.
I didn't see a chair. What would the chair be doing out there? I don't know nothing about that. But I know them crackers was out there getting their ass whooped, and they started it. So my honorable mention is the people who put the hurting on them crackers. I'm just beaming with joy.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
It was beautiful.
It was really, really beautiful.
Yeah. And then seeing everybody be like, yeah, they should have got beat up. We should beat up more.
And then the one of the guys owned a store, and they're like, we're not going to patronize you. And he was like, good, I only want the white man's money anyways. Now you are the white man's money in the prison industrial complex.
Oh,
Ain't
no.
it something? You live by the gun, you die by the gun.
Oh, no.
That's kind of crazy.
Have fun in jail.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's my honorable mention.
Liked it.
Short and sweet and beautiful.
I approve.
Okay, well, we're going to get into the hotel of the week. And it is not Tory Lanez specifically, because we've already made him hotel of the week before.
Quite a few times.
But it's really for the people caving for him.
Yes.
Like saying like, oh, y'all really think that was justice? Or basically saying that 10 years is too long, which he probably not even going to serve the full 10. But yeah, it's like, they like, oh, he got 10 years for shooting her or grazing her foot. But they don't understand that the law, like, is a breakdown to like the charges, and you get a certain amount of time for certain charges or whatever. So
And it doesn't matter where he hit her.
Yeah, like
You shot at somebody.
right. That's literally the bottom line.
If you shoot anybody anywhere, you can kill them.
It to me is just like a no brainer, but
I find it really interesting that, like, yeah. So anyways, I had like 255 men upset on TikTok Live last night talking about this, right? And what I was explaining to them, because they're coming in and they're saying, Tory's innocent. We hate Meg, blah, blah, blah. This is all your fault. This is all your fault. Like, when you really break it down, grand scheme, all of this is your fault. Because Tory Lanez didn't just get 10 years because of what he did. He got 10 years because he showed zero remorse after he did it. And who was he showing his ass online for? Not us, who didn't believe him in the first fucking place. It was for you niggas.
yeah.
You niggas who ate that shit up for breakfast and listened to that fucking album and supported that music video with the baby and ignored the fact that he tried to bum rush the stage at Rolling Loud. Y'all gassed him up. He'd still be alive right now if you niggas ain't gas him up. Y'all made this happen.
And on top of that, y'all caping for a nigga who shot a shorty in the foot. Like, but I don't think that's weird.
Weird
That
as
ain't
fuck,
weird to
bro.
y'all. Like, that's
he
the
just
one
great.
you going.
He just shot her in the foot, like
With a semi-automatic weapon.
We shooting shorties in the foot now. Like, for what? For what? For why? Because they was fighting in the street. For what?
They're like, well, and also, like, you're just not well read. They're like, well, if you look at the evidence, you didn't look at the evidence.
At
You
all.
read one very blurry, screenshotted, then edited, then fixed by Justin LeBoy, then edited again, meme on Facebook.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That said that bitch did it. It was Kelsey.
Justin LeBoy got me a lot.
Because
yeah, like
it was Kelsey. if you examine the evidence so closely and you think it's Kelsey, what about the time when they tried to say it was Kelsey and they're like, is this you, Mr. Tory Lanez, on this verified account when someone said Kelsey shot her and you said, no, she didn't? Is that you?
Then, like, I heard somebody come at an angle like Kelsey had gunpowder residue on her hand. How did it get there? Tory didn't say that Kelsey did it because he trying to uphold the code.
He paid for her lawyer.
Bruh, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, this does not, none of this makes sense. If she shot her in the foot, why was Tory apologizing to Meg?
Right. And also the fact that, like, they're like, oh, gunpowder was inconclusive on Tory. They found it on Kelsey. If right now we're in a situation and we're friends and you try to shoot shade, the first thing I'm going to do is grab you and that gun.
I would hope.
So that you cannot shoot her, even if we're wrestling.
Yeah.
But what you're going to do as someone who, like, not you, but Tory Lanez, as someone who does nut shit all the time, the first thing he did was this. He wiped his hands, and it doesn't come all the way off, but it can sure as hell be inconclusive, and that's what I'm saying. And you niggas are running with there was no gunpowder residue. That is not what the fuck happened.
Not even close.
Y'all have to stay off of Facebook. It's going to be the death of us all.
Yes.
Y'all got to read the article.
They just read the headline.
You got to read the article, gang. Like, you got to look at the headline and then the picture and then all of that stuff underneath it. You got to read it.
And at what point do you jump ship? Because y'all was believing that she wasn't shot in the first place. Then when they proved she was shot, it was like, oh, well, he didn't do it. I feel like Tory Lanez could come out and say, I absolutely did that shit. And they would be like, nah, he just saying that because they just don't want to believe it.
He already got the time. He might as well say he did it. He might as well take it on the chin.
And the best part about it is, again, with the he'd still be alive right now if you niggas ain't gas him up. He's not going to do that. The way that he's going to get 5 out of 10 years served is if he came forward, I did this, I'm sorry, act remorseful. But you know why he's not going to do that? You niggas maintaining his innocence.
When he get out.
He might get deported.
I'm hoping he does.
He is. And when he get out, he gonna go back to Canada, right? And then he gonna start making music again. And he just gonna drop it from Canada. And these same goofy niggas is gonna be supporting it. And they gonna be at the Tory Lanez Montreal show.
But you know what's even better than that? I don't even think that's gonna happen. Because again, what I was telling the Angry Bald people on TikTok is that I was a huge Tory Lanez fan. Before this happened, I was a huge Tory Lanez fan. You niggas were not there. You weren't there. You didn't give a fuck about him.
I do remember when Tory Lanez was dropping his Fargo Fridays. Niggas wasn't tapped into that.
They was not tapped into that. They wasn't tapped into the playful back and forth with Joyner Lucas. They was not tapped in. They didn't give a fuck. They don't like singing ass niggas. And they really didn't like you because the only singing ass nigga they kind of respect is Drake, and you had a problem with him in the beginning.
And to y'all defense, Tory kind of mid. You know, he have his moments for sure. He could definitely sing the shit out of Hook, but yeah, he be doing a lot in his music. I understand why niggas want to check in for Fargo Fridays.
Then his dad tried to apologize at the sentencing.
That nigga is a clown.
From the whole Rock Nation, you will crumble. You called the power of God to strike the judge down. And then got in there at the sentencing and was like, you know what?
I overdid it.
I overstepped there, and I apologize. Fuck you. Fuck you, Sunstar Peterson.
Yes. Heavy on the fuck you.
Why you didn't bring the kids to the sentencing, Tory?
Oh, man.
Have a nice 10 years.
That shit sick.
And niggas don't do lace fronts in a pen.
Oh, no, he gonna have to go
Not in the men's prison.
all the way. He gonna just have to embrace it.
I heard that shit was like a transplant, though.
That's what I heard, too. But somebody said, nah, it's a lace front because they ripped it out. He got into a fight with somebody, and they ripped the new growth out.
What?
Wow.
You know the picture of him, and he looks all shocked, and the hair's missing in the middle?
Oh, yeah.
They said the fight ripped the new growth out. And I feel like he got a good job done because he went to the person who did Tiger's hair.
Tiger really turned his career around.
And I respect that for him.
Yeah.
but we don't respect Tory Lanez. And every nigga who kind of had sense jumped ship when that call dropped. Like, anybody who wasn't just a dick rider who just didn't believe that he did it, jumped ship when that phone call dropped. Niggas was like, oh no, he did that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody left behind is just a moron.
Yeah, like, them niggas double down, you just look dumb.
We hate to see it. That was such a good hotel for the week.
Yeah, for sure.
I love it. And now we have lyrics and lessons. Am I first?
Hell yeah.
Damn. Life comes at you fast.
Very fast.
I feel like... No, life does come at you fast. Like 10 years. 10 years in the pen. Like that for Tory Lanez. You know what I'm saying? Hate to see it. We still haven't got one of Close Bombs on this thing that makes the noise. That doesn't have a brand because they're not paying me. Mostly because I haven't done any research on how to do such a thing.
Talking about a soundboard?
Yeah, but like it makes other sounds. I don't know how to put Clues Bomb on there because I haven't looked into it. And I won't, but we'll just think about it. Anyways, does anybody have any guesses for my lyric?
No, I don't.
This is the life I live. All right. Nope, none?
You have a very music taste.
I do.
Right.
I haven't even opened up the Hairspray soundtrack on y'all yet.
Don't.
What? Wait, you hate Hairspray?
I hate musicals. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Me too.
I hate
but
Carmen and
certain
hip opera.
ones- Certain ones are good.
Some of them
We
I
might
can
have to
tolerate.
bleep that out. Take that back about Carmen. We want to
I
have
got smoke for you, Grease.
Grease was bad. But you know, Vanessa Hudgens went on and performed Grease live the day her daddy died.
Okay.
So there's that.
I don't even know what to say about that.
I'm a fan of musicals. My Disney Plus keeps crashing when I get halfway through Hamilton. But when I watch the other half, I will be a whole human
I
being.
keep meaning to watch that.
I'm learning a lot. I also thought that everybody who was black in the Broadway show was black in real life. And really, not too many people were black. Either way.
Yeah. It was some niggas there.
Either way. My lyric is, I was in the film and I slaved for this. Had to talk to God, drop down and pray for this. To my surprise, he said, you made for this.
I don't know.
And this is Best Life by Chance the Rapper featuring Cardi B. And I feel like I picked that because imposter syndrome can be a bitch sometimes. Mm-hmm. And it'll get you when you least expect it. Like, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Or am I headed where I think I should be heading? And then somebody shows up or something shows up that's like, oh shit, I might be good at this thing. And so that's why I picked that lyric. Hairspray soundtrack coming soon. That meant a lot to me. What's your lyric, Will?
I want to go last. I got a whole verse.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait. This is the first.
Yeah.
This is the first. All right. You up next, Big Shot. If we was bringing out the big guns, I would have brought Hairspray today.
I'm about to leave.
Yeah, no, I ain't fucking with that.
You will be. Catch us in 2 episodes.
All right. My lyric is this the path you chose? Glitter with glitz and gold. Bargain up your soul. Everything you built can tumble at your feet if you chase vanity.
That's what happened to Tracy Turnblad when she went up there to the Corny Collins show in Hairspray. Mm-hmm. That is exactly what happened. 2007, the musical.
Yeah, I think I remember that being. I think I liked the musical when I watched it, but that is by the name of the song is called "Gold" by Brandon Banks. And I think it's basically like just asking yourself, like, what are you doing? What's your purpose? Like, what are you doing things for? Like, is it for, like, is it genuine, or is it because you want to like flex or show off, or that type of thing?
Yeah.
So, that's kind of, that's my lyric for the week.
Yeah, Tracy Turnblad had to look inside too.
Yeah, look inside yourself.
I know y'all ain't.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with flexing either. You know what I'm saying? But like, you don't
talk
want
about
that
this musical thing. The tension getting thick in here. Y'all having this. Look, she low key trying to get you on board for this. You already on board.
I already have the boat running. Hairspray 2007.
I'm glad I'm here today.
I don't hate it. I'm kind of. I guess I'm like neutral.
I don't got no smoke. But
It's
y'all,
a
I got
good
smoke
musical.
for the musical.
Why? Before you do your lyric, why? Hairspray was really good.
This is my problem with musicals, right? I came to watch a movie. I need y'all to communicate things in a way for me to digest and in a way that to me feels believable. So
You don't believe, and if they try to stop
Hold
us,
on.
seaweed,
So when
we'll call the NAACP. They would call the NAACP if they needed assistance.
Oh, wait.
my problem is when Romeo go to Juliet and she poisoned or whatever the fuck the case may be and she dying, why does he then break out into song?
Which one did you watch? I didn't see that.
I was using that more as like a general, but like, all right,
I never seen that one.
I only seen like every musical I've seen once because I really don't like them. More so, what I'm saying is, all right,
List
I like a
4
Medea play.
musicals.
Let's go with a Medea play, right? So she finds out her man is cheating on her. She rushes upstairs and breaks out into a solo.
Yeah. It's like, how can you say
Yeah.
in a moment like
Yeah, that
like,
it
like
always
the
takes me
lead?
out the movie.
You
like,
never
every
listen to
time.
sad music when you sat and sang along?
It's not that. It's that when
I
I'm
just
watching
feel
the-
like sometimes you just sing.
But look though.
Have you watched Braxton Family
Hold on,
Values?
hold
That's some
on.
people like.
Yeah.
But hold on though, because
most
the
times
other
it be
50%
like,
of the
oh,
time
okay,
they
now
just
they-
talking.
Yeah.
And then they just spontaneously break out in the song, and cars start flying through the air, and then the cat joins in for like a whisker guitar solo. Like, what are we doing? It takes me out the movie.
But the movie Hairspray is about a show where they sing on the show. Without love, it's like getting my big break in laryngitis.
I
He
like
said that because he
Victorious.
sings on the TV.
I like Victorious, but all of the episodes that like end with a song or like got a song in the middle, I fast forward through it.
Not even tell me
I don't
that
even
you
wanna
love
hear it.
me.
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, and tell me that I take your
last-
breath away. And maybe if you take one more, that I will know for sure. It's nothing left to say. So tell me that you love me anyway. That was a good episode.
They
Leon
all be
Thomas
good
is
episodes. I'm not
talented.
gonna lie to you, but I don't. When they start breaking out in the song, you lose me. It like break my whole.
Even
What's-
to
what's it
get your
called?
hands off my hips before I punch you in the lips. That one?
Some of the little jingles, like when they break out in spontaneous songs, seem like a lyric. That could be funny.
I just draw the line at Hairspray. I don't know how anybody could not like Hairspray.
It's a musical. It does too much.
Even Mama Welcome to the 60s.
Listen, I seen
Your mama's
Hairspray.
hip, your mama's in, your mama's looking at herself and wondering where you been.
I seen Hairspray one time.
Your mama's lit and all aglow.
I'm gonna go home and watch Hairspray.
You have to. It's life changing.
I'm not gonna do that. Y'all ready?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, is it Hairspray? That's my guess.
It's crazy that you say that. Look, so
This episode title is Hairspray.
it go. If you say you love me, then bury me when the sun up. Faded with the homies, they pearling another blunt up. Talking to my homie like niggas don't really trust us. Dying for stolen land for $1, like that ain't fucked up. It's fuck they money. I'ma say it every song until the revolution come and all the feds start running. Fuck a goodwill hunting. This a brand new murder. A revolutionary suicide and close the curtains. You ain't seen death. I can hear the blood on the moon. Them niggas put a flag up on it. All they do is consume. Only animal that ravage everything in their path. They turned the natural resource into a bundle of cash. Turned the world anti-black, then divided the class. Now rich niggas is rich niggas with your bread. Really bitch niggas with big figures, some coke head. These bitches be coke heads, man. Fuck a billionaire, nigga. That's it.
Was that Queen Latifah at the protest in Hairspray?
Hey, yo, bro, listen.
That's your shit.
First of all, that's the first time we've ever had anybody come on and do lyrics and lessons, no phone.
Yeah.
That's a record.
Shout out to my bestie.
And shout out to Queen Latifah.
That was no name.
We can't just love Queen Latifah now.
Love Queen Latifah down.
I'm being persecuted.
Look, you dragging Queen Latifah into this for Hairspray.
What do you have against Queen Latifah?
Did y'all like my lyrics? Well,
That lyric was beautiful.
Yeah, I just said that was your shit.
No, that's no name.
Oh, no name. Yeah, I
So,
liked it.
I fuck with it because I felt like it's not a lot of people who like make raps that are like political, but
Yeah.
it don't sound like that when they rapping it. So I really fuck with that, and I like how she kind of used the metaphor to talk about how she views her life and how she views the way we should be living it, like touching on the fact that this ain't our land, touching on how money is some shit they made up and got us running around killing each other for it. You know, the way her and her friends talking about this, still rolling up, smoking weed, like just regular people, things on my brain.
I love that.
Yeah,
I'm glad y'all liked it.
fuck with it.
Glad y'all like that.
That was
It's
beautiful.
for the people.
What's the name of the song? He's
Rainforest.
Rainforest.
That was very amazing. Well, now we have Let Me Stay Focused, which is the topic, which I feel like it should be why Hairspray 2007 version is one of the best movies of all time. However, I will table that for what I originally had planned, which is funny that you're talking about No Name because I am talking about like fake activism. I think recently a lot of people are like throwing activism and like shit that they care about to really just make excuses for terrible fucking behavior. And we were just talking about Tory, and who else have we seen who is famous most recently make excuses for Tory?
Igloo,
Me?
Australia.
Meat Mill?
Igloo Australia, yes.
Oh, I
Yes.
don't even know who that is.
Iggy Azalea.
Oh,
So
okay.
Iggy Azalea, before Tory Lane's sentencing, wrote a letter to the court, to the judge, rather, asking for a sentence that was transformative, not life-ruining, and that she's a prison reform activist. First of all, as a white woman, you should shut the fuck up. If it's not Meg deserves the best, you should shut the fuck up.
You guys are like, what?
But then, when asked, why the fuck would you do that, Iggy Azalea? Or as Rolling Ray would put it, we're not listening to her ever again. And Iggy, baby, you're canceled. Don't try to release nothing. You let that little leprechaun real fool you out of your pot of gold.
I thought she'd been canceled.
I think she came back a little bit for like Playboy Cardi's a deadbeat.
That was wild.
And he really is a deadbeat.
That is a fact.
She responds on Twitter and she says, for the record, 1, I have not been in touch with Tory for months. I have no reason to be, but I do wish him well. Okay. 2, I don't quote unquote support anyone. The whole thing is full of oddities. My letter never mentioned anything in regard to what happened that night. 3, I was told this was for a judge only, yet it is being discussed in public. I never intended to publicly comment. 4, I am not in support of throwing anyone's life if we can give reasonable punishments that are rehabilitative instead. I support prison reform, period. 5, I was asked to write about my genuine experience and the type of punishment I think he deserves. I did. It's not really that interesting, but I understand why it's being sensationalized. See you next week to discuss pizza toppings, I suppose. I really hate that this is today's discourse online because it's not really an explosive revelation. Yes, he should be held accountable. No, the charges don't warrant 5+ in prison. Most agree with that sentiment because it's reasonable to take. This is not newsworthy. Honey, that's not what prison reform means.
Who? What? Man, where's Ja Rule, man?
Probably swindling, duping, fooling, running amok somewhere.
We need Ja Rule to come in and make sense of all of this. This is out of pocket. This is out of hand. What?
Do you mind giving a brief explanation of what you perceive to be prison reform?
Who, me?
Yes.
I would imagine prison reform would mean creating an environment where people go to be rehabilitated as opposed to punished.
Right. Yeah, to me, it would be like that. And even on a base level, edible food, air conditioning that works, access to different changes of those uniforms so that people don't get sick.
Healthcare.
Yeah.
Treatment that is deserving of all human beings.
Yeah, and getting rid of like corrupt,
COs,
officers.
yeah. What the fuck is Iggy Azalea talking about?
Why?
What does Tory Lanez getting 10 years have to do with prison reform? We should deport this bitch as well.
I'll sign that petition.
2 for 1.
I'll donate to that GoFundMe.
First of all, bitch, you're Australian. Your entire continent was a prison. Let's start there. When people cut the fuck up, they just sent him to Australia.
Right. That's crazy.
I feel like the guy who got kicked off of American Idol when Simon Cowell was like, no, and he was like, oh, I'm not going to have a British judge telling me what an American Idol is. Who the fuck are you?
Damn, that was a very valid point.
Who the fuck are you?
Why are you even here?
I mean, that guy did demand to see Simon Cowell's working visa, which was hysterical, but they put him the fuck out. However, why do people just take these terms, even just not Iggy Azalea? They just take these terms that they think are popular. I see it happen a lot now with prison reform when people are making excuses for bad actions, but also with like words you use in therapy.
Right.
People are just taking them and running with them. That doesn't make you an activist. You support prison reform? We've never fucking heard this.
And how are you doing? What? How are you doing that, Iggy? How? By writing a letter to the judge or Tory Lanez's case? That is some incredible, deeply significant work. And they just want to change things for everybody who's ever been incarcerated. We thank you for your dedication and your work.
This bitch should be on 60 days in.
Oh, yeah.
She does deserve jail for that. You deserve jail for sending that nigga. You deserve jail. She deserves jail. We should lock her up for 5 years.
And then deport her.
We should deport her and lock her up in Australia for 5 years.
I feel like an Australian jail would be nicer. They're cool people. I don't want to.
They live with spiders and shit. I don't know, gang.
Yeah, they do beat through a lot. I just. And then didn't the beginning kind of give, oh, y'all wasn't supposed to see that.
Right, like, oh, only the judge was supposed to see.
That was weird because she was like, I didn't plan on commenting on it publicly. You didn't have to. You did not have to. Nobody made you do that.
Right.
And then she tried to make it seem like everybody else was dumb for having a discourse about you caping for someone when their victim was a black woman and a rapper.
See you next week when we talk about pizza topping. That was, that whole letter was filthy. She deserved 5 years, 5 flat. She earned that. That was 3 strikes.
Iggy Azalea, who do you know in prison? Quickly, Amethyst. Amethyst Kelly.
Peterson.
You know what? We can't get her deported because I remember early high school. She posted she was so happy she covered all the numbers, but she had her social security card, girl. Yeah, we can't deport her.
Literally all.
She was so happy.
His entire case was just fucking a mess. Like, from beginning to end, like.
It's the fact that we all watched the same trial and niggas really thought he was going to get away unscathed.
Can we talk about how bad his lawyers were? Like, really bad. Like, terrible.
They bullied Kelsey so bad that they got the court recording played because they weren't supposed to play the whole call. They weren't supposed to play, not the call, but the deposition. Like the first call where she says what happened that night. They weren't supposed to play that. And then they tried to allege that Kelsey was pressured into saying that, and that's how they got to play the call. Fumble.
I'm like, everything you did made the case look worse for Tory. Like, at no point did you, like, they was pushing towards Kelsey being the shooter, but you wouldn't say it? Like, wait.
It just didn't make any sense for Kelsey to be the shooter.
And as the lawyer, if she's the shooter, you not gonna care what your client's saying. Your client don't have to speak. Your client don't have to say nothing. You could say whatever is gonna win the case.
But Kelsey's not on trial.
So it's like y'all doing all of this pointing over to her, and ain't no point in that y'all proving that Tory Lanez isn't the person that shot Meg in her foot. They had a whole dude come sit on the stand and testify that he saw him shoot her in her foot from his window.
Right.
And he said, "You waking my kids up."
And he got online, was talking about he ain't do it, was thanking God, all this shit. Like,
He put out 10 songs, and then no song did he say I didn't shoot Meg. He just kind of like, what did he say? How you gonna see who shot you if your
like,
back was turned and stuff?
But yeah, basically gaslit the situation, or gaslit her. You know what I'm saying? And his music, but
Just making a terrible case terribler.
Worse. On September 23rd, 2021, he tweeted the gif of Wiz Khalifa eating and dancing and said, "Me at my house, watching niggas on Twitter celebrating and thinking I'm going to jail," with the laughing emoji.
That's sick.
It ain't no fun when the rapper got the gun.
Nah,
He who
for
laughs
real.
laughs hardest.
Imagine how he, man.
imagine how she feel. I know she like,
I wonder. I truly think that instead of thinking I should not have written that letter, and taking the stance of prison reform doesn't still make sense now that I've written this letter, and like just coming clean with like, hey, he was supposed to produce my album, and I got to get some shit cleared. I'm so sorry, and y'all weren't supposed to see that. You're taking this stance of like, oh, I care about prison reform. Iggy Azalea, no, you do not.
And nobody but, like, girl, at least Kim Kardashian got like a person that had a well-known case but wasn't a well-known person, so it like looked like her fake activism is valid.
And I also think that Kim Kardashian actually feels like she's doing something.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
yeah, and I think that I'm not her biggest fan, right? But I think that she does give a fuck, right? Like for her to find specific cases and feel like, okay, somebody needs to boost this because something should be done. How do I boost this? Although it doesn't actually help, but it kind of does. With that level of exposure, it really does. Iggy Azalea, you are the overnight prison activist.
like, she ain't did shit since T.I. got out of jail.
I was just gonna say, who told you about prison? T.I.?
Cause listen,
Like,
T.I. know a thing or two about false imprisonment. That's all I've heard.
So I guess the question is, how do we put a stop to this?
I think that if people had something to motivate them to become more educated on what's going on,
Like having a black son?
you would think that'd be enough. People talk like that's enough. People will talk about like, oh no, I'm raising a black boy in this world, so I know what I got to do. And at the same time, I tell him that he can't cry because that's what girls do and shit like that. So
I just feel like she should have at least taken the stance of like, as a fellow immigrant, you knew you couldn't come out here fucking with them people. And you in the white man's Calabasas shooting a semi-automatic weapon.
like, what you thought was gonna happen?
in the middle of the street.
Like,
You thought they weren't going to hem you the fuck up?
Yeah. But I don't think, like, even, I think a lot of the people that's defending Tory Lanez, I don't even think that got nothing to do with, like, necessarily the facts of the case. It's just, like, fuck a black woman, to be honest. Because a lot of, like, these motherfuckers went from nobody got shot to Kelsey was the shooter. Like, that is an extremely different set of circumstances. From no gunshot ever happened to, oh, this motherfucker got shot by somebody else.
the story kept changing. It kept, like, it was just too much. Like I said, it was just messy from beginning to end. And all this shit really could have been alleviated if he didn't get on social media and start wilding out. Because let's focus on the fact that Meg is not the one who pressed charges.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it was the state, and everybody's like coming against her. Not everybody, because there's a lot of people that support her, but these, like Lilo said, that these idiots, like, are saying that Meg is the reason why he got 10 years. Like
the girl outside the courthouse.
She put the gun in his hand and she made him shoot her. Like,
she came and banged the gavel.
Like
10 years.
What the fuck, bro? Like, that shit is so dumb, bro. Like, people on social media, it's just really.
Y'all think they gonna start talking about it now that he got sentenced?
Not for. I think it's gonna be like a little. I think it's always gonna be something that people like mention whenever like he come up or she comes up. When she drop music, they gonna be under the comments like
Free Tory.
Yeah, trolling and shit.
I feel the same way. I really hope though. I hope it stop. I'm tired of hearing about him. I'm not gonna lie.
And then there's people like, I don't know if y'all know who Heather Rose is. I don't. So if you don't already, don't look the bitch up because who cares? But she got on Twitter and said, just deleted all 3 of Megan Thee Stallion's songs out of my phone. She dead wrong and she know it.
Yeah, I think I seen that. And I'm like, what? She didn't do shit.
Girl,
she got shot.
She said a grazed pinky toe does not equate to 10 years in jail. I don't care. I don't mean to be, is there a word for like intelligentist?
Yes, intelligentist.
Is that real?
It is now.
I don't mean to be intelligentist, but sometimes dumb people shouldn't talk.
That might be ableist.
I don't know, but I agree. I feel like
I can't, because
you need a certain level of intelligence to be on social media. I feel like because
she not illiterate, she just stupid though. She has the tools. It's just not the gears ain't working the way they supposed to.
Yeah, she need to order them gears or something. Because what Megan literally just got shot or assaulted, however you want to put it. Either way, she didn't do anything. But
she's not Judge Hereford.
Doing 3 songs, girl. You weren't even a fan.
No
Be
matter
fucking
what,
for real.
What led up to that, she did not deserve to like be shot.
And I'm so glad I went back and looked into who Heather Rose was because I almost unfollowed Heather Sanders.
Who is that?
Another influencer I follow. I gotta unsend this to a couple people on Instagram too because I was like, I'm following this bitch tonight. It's not even a bitch. I'm so sorry, Heather Sanders. I knew you would never do nothing like that. She owns like Sorella Boutique. Y'all don't know her. She's our. Anyways, Heather Sanders did nothing. Heather Rose is the problem. Heather Rose is the idiot.
Yeah, Heather Rose, baby.
I remember I seen a tweet earlier. I remember Megan tweeting this though, like back when all this shit first happened. She was like, all these rappers who saying shit gonna be quiet, and need to stand in their shit. You know what I'm saying? When the truth come out. But I really haven't been on social media like for real. So I don't really know what people saying. Like I see stuff here and there.
They quiet except for the idiots who are like, Tory's innocent. Everybody shut the fuck up. They didn't say shit.
What Drake say? Because that's who I'm curious about. What Drake say?
My thing is, you don't even like Tory Lanez. Why did you say that? When I listened to her Lost, when I just removed that from I've never heard that song.
Because that shit was ass. That was a terrible song.
We'll never hear it.
Yeah, Drake, I did not like that.
It was random as hell. Like, when everything happened, he ain't say nothing about Tory. He ain't say nothing about Meg. He ain't say nothing about nothing. Then you just pop out of the blue.
And I really liked, even though I like Tory Lanez, I really liked Drake's diss to Tory Lanez and Do Not Disturb. I was a fan.
I'm not even hip.
You know Do Not Disturb by Drake, though?
That's on More Life, right?
Yeah, when he's like, You overnight celebrity. You one day star. I swear I told you that I'm in this bitch for eternity.
Yeah, disrespectful dude.
Because Tory Lane's name is Daystar.
He actually has been disrespectful for a minute, but I feel like that was like a little crossing the line.
That was too motherfucking far, and that's why he didn't film that video. And he said, "You know what? Let me shut the fuck up."
But cause I was about to get on the tangent about Drake, cause I'm low key. I feel like he keep taking shots at Pusha T, but I don't think Pusha T gonna do nothing to him. I think like just like he did with the Meek shit, I think he gonna get a little too gassed up and say something about somebody and get hurt for real. Somebody around him gonna get hurt for real.
You think so?
First of all, I think Drake's a professional at plea copping. I think before it got to that, he would cop a plea. However, I just think that it's funny that that's happening to Pusha T.
Wait, why?
I just do.
Ain't he beefing with Jim Jones and who else?
And I didn't like what he did with Whitney's bathtub. I did not like that Pusha T did that. I thought that shit was so disrespectful.
Yeah, he fuck with Ye though.
And Bobby Christina died second, correct?
Yeah.
So somebody lost their mother. People who love Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston's parents are still alive, and I felt like that was disrespectful. And then also, I understand that you have beef with Drake, but at the time you didn't have any kids, and I hope now that you do have a kid, you understand how fucked up what you did was. Like, really think about the fact that the only reason that we know about Adonis
It's because of Pusha T.
is because of Pusha T. There are people who have kids who don't show them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think we've ever seen Lil Yachty's daughter. We've never seen J. Cole's kids. People are allowed to raise their kids in privacy.
You got a daughter?
Yes, and she's 3.
I know all the lyrics to your song. You never told me that, Yachty. Bro, when you call me later, I'm going to chew you out, gang.
You get what I'm saying? People are allowed to raise their kids in privacy. Like, people acted like that was like a all's fair and love and rap shit, but that was completely inappropriate. And someone who has like a following the size of Drake's, you made that situation really dangerous for that child. Like, not to be extreme, but we saw what happened to Princess Diana for people just trying to get pictures of her. People have gotten truly hurt from the paparazzi trying to take pictures of them. I just found that like wildly inappropriate. Like, that wasn't like a ooh moment to me. And it even made like Kanye look funny because like, what the fuck is that to talk about? Because you do have kids. You do have kids and you know better.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's funny. You'll suffer forever and you'll never make the money Drake making.
I ain't gonna lie.
And that's a fact.
This is about to be a hot take, but I stand on what I stand on. Though I think Push is a better rapper than Drake, I feel like Duppy Freestyle was the better diss, and I don't care. I just wanted to put that out there while I had the opportunity. But this nigga Drake, he talking a little too wild. Like, he talking a little too spicy. Like,
Yeah, he's definitely. I mean, a part of me is like want to say like, oh, he changed, right? But I feel like that's kind of to be expected, right? Like
all that money, success.
Yeah, like you gonna talk your shit.
I know I'm taking us off the course, right? Because we have advice from Umar. However, do we think Nicki should have carried herself the way Drake carries himself? Because I think she should have.
You mean like how he carry himself to the public?
In general.
Like what you mean?
You could say whatever you want to Drake, and Drake's gonna say, "Bitch, I'm Drake."
Mm-hmm.
Nicki didn't step into her like, "I'm a living legend" the way that Drake did, and that's why like a Drake cosign still means a lot. Nicki brought Bia on that live, did this grand reveal. It's the only major cosign she's ever done, and it didn't mean a fucking thing. And a lot of these things that Nicki's caught up with, arguing and shit, Drake would just fucking never because he's Drake. And I feel like
don't post some rich shit and be like, ha.
And when remember when she first started beefing with Remy, and she was like, "Yeah, Young Money, we don't make diss records, we make hit records and diss you on them." No, Drake does that. A lot of people like we saw
frauds.
Yeah, like people didn't notice the Tory Lanez diss and Do Not Disturb. Like, but yeah, and I think it would have avoided all this beef. Like, Drake just wouldn't even fucking bother. So like, I would rather carry myself like Drake than Nicki.
Drake, literally, he's gonna like put the shit in the music, like say some slick shit, like I said, post some rich shit, but he not gonna say nothing on social media.
And it's not gonna be the single. You're not getting dissed on the single either.
You definitely not getting dissed on the single. But
you in the deep cuts.
Yeah.
Nah, for real.
Unless you Meek Mill. Meek Mill did get dissed on his single.
Meek.
But
I remember where I was when I heard Back to Back.
Meek jumped into that. He really asked for that.
You don't remember when they asked him why he didn't? He said, "Man, I was on pills at the time. I don't know."
I don't remember him saying that, but
I respect that though.
Yeah.
Fuck if I know.
Meek a solid dude. He seemed to be a solid dude.
I don't know, the fries on the lap in the pool.
The nigga still eating
He
ramen
a little
and
weird.
shit. Yeah, he on some. I would do want to say, I think that if Nicki carried herself like Drake, she probably would have a better like public image, because Drake did a lot of fuck shit too. Like he signed a lot of people to OVO and like used their styles, and then nothing else happened for them and shit.
And homophobia.
Yeah, you know, and
Shout
we
out
know
to
about that
McConaughey.
shit, like all the weird, creepy shit he do with all these underage actresses and shit. But the, like you said, the way he carry himself, don't nobody say nothing about it. But Nicki, on the other hand, every time she have an ounce of drama with anybody, is all we talk about.
And Drake is younger than Nicki now.
I think.
And
Like,
Nicki's still like stirring up drama.
Well, yeah, I think
tripping me
it's
out.
a few years. They're a few years apart. But yeah, it's like, girl, like, why you should be on some? You should not even to compare her to Beyonce, but she should be on her Beyonce shit. Even though Beyonce been around longer, but like I feel like Nicki accomplished a lot as a female rapper. You know, in her time, in her prime, like
Nicki's 40 and Drake is 36.
okay, like 4 years. No, wait, 6 years. Wait, my math is
4 years.
4 years, okay. But yeah, like I just feel like she just don't carry herself like she don't carry herself in the way that she should. I feel like she stooped down to like the younger girls' levels, like because Cardi, she gonna go on social media and say shit like, but Cardi is young, like,
And Cardi be getting that ass.
and so like even with Lotto, like that whole shit with Lotto should have never happened.
And let's
Like-
talk about the shit with Lotto real quick, especially to put a bow on this from where we started. Lotto said you married a fucking rapist. And Nicki's response was, y'all, first of all, I heard you were a rape baby, which was a lie. And that was a lie so slanderous, she had to take it down because she knew she would have got sued for that shit.
Wow.
But also, her response was, y'all don't care about rape for real. Y'all are not real rape advocates.
Yeah.
Bitch, you married a rapist, and that was not an appropriate response. But again, we're talking about who should be an activist, who should be an advocate, and you bitches don't really believe that shit.
And
You just say it to get you out of a tough spot. Where is Shaka Khan's nonprofit?
Hey yo,
we never getting that.
I'm happy I get to be part of a running joke. Nah, but for real, Shaka Khan, we on your heels.
It's
You
been
need-
months. I feel like once every 6 weeks, I ask, where is Shaka Khan's nonprofit?
Get Anita Baker on the horn.
It was
Figure it out.
definitely cold outside when she said that. So yeah, we probably never getting that.
People are full of shit. Either way, so that was a really good way to loop it around and bring it back. Stop pretending y'all are activists and y'all are out here for real. Just shut the fuck up. If you really wanted to go away that bad, just shut the fuck up and wait for it to pass. Stop perpetrating and pretending you give a fuck about something you don't give a fuck about.
Yep.
And I really hate, and I wish I would stop saying I wasn't going to, but you did it anyway. Like, just don't. Just don't. Like, as you said, when motherfuckers be like, I'm going to start moving in silence. No, you not. Why the fuck are you lying to me?
And I just feel like, because me, if I say I wasn't going to say anything to you, but now, you going to wish I never said anything to you. You going to wish you left me the fuck alone. Not like, oh, I wasn't going to comment. I just... Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because I'm a tweet. Then why the
Yeah.
fuck what you say that for? Why would you?
I'm going to have to take my tweets down because I'm going to get sued.
Why would she, like you said, that was a completely inappropriate response. Because why?
How was I heard you were a rape baby?
She shouldn't
Appropriate
be
response
in
to
the
you married a
situation.
rapist.
For real. Legit,
Why are
though.
you arguing with this 4-year-old, however old she is, and you're fucking 40.
And wasn't it because Lotto said like Nikki was the inspiration and a lot of other people too or some shit like that, and then Nikki was like mad that she didn't give her the proper
and she
respect.
talks about Nikki all the time. It was really just dumb, and also like I just didn't like the fact that they tried to make it more about the fact that she recorded the phone call than Nikki than what she was saying, because Nikki was being grotesque in that fucking phone call, and because that's the type of shit she did, that's why she got recorded.
Because when shit like that happen, you know you can't just say it, and people gonna be like, oh yeah, like
Right. And she was trying to gaslight and purposely misinterpret, because that's the word Lotto forgot, misinterpret what the fuck she was saying. But I rest my case.
Yeah.
yeah, that was a good closing argument.
Okay, well, I guess we'll move on to advice from Umar.
One day we'll have advice from Shaka Khan.
Donations.
Get them donations in.
Donations.
There's always going to be your detractors. There's always going to be the naysayers. There's always going to be those who always look to undermine what the message is. The cynic is always there. Right. And I think the cynic exists in every culture, every institution, every movement. So why should I be any different? The bird can't fly without resistance from the wind.
Mm.
See, sometimes he be making sense. Or, well, yeah. Now my screen froze up.
It's like when Glorilla said they probably won't be popping shit if nobody would mad at us.
Period. Yeah, exactly like that. Like, and people gonna really talk about you. It's cliche to say, but people gonna talk about you whether you're doing bad or good. So you might as well just do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and be yourself and thrive. Use the negative talk as motivation and a stepping stone to like get to where you want to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Prove people wrong. I like to prove people wrong.
I love that.
So yeah, that's the advice.
It reminds me of, I don't know if it was, somebody told me it was French Montana, but I can't remember who said it. I feel like somebody said it to me in college, but they didn't tell me where they heard it from. Like the person who said when the hate don't work, they start telling lies.
Yeah.
I love that quote.
Yeah.
Because it's so fucking true.
I'm kind of scared Dr. Umar was making sense like that.
I think, I genuinely feel like Dr. Umar might struggle with something and he's back on his medication.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I think so too.
Because at first he was banned from the show. And now he's got to with contingencies.
Yeah, I mean, he be making sense sometimes. Like, he is a little, like...
Out there.
Yeah, out there, but... like, I'll just find some little gems and shit that he be saying. You know, that you can apply to, like, other areas. You don't necessarily have to, you know, take it from him.
I'm kind of scared of what that quote sound like in context.
It was probably a white person, so it don't really matter.
Well, it was a radio interview, so...
It probably wasn't that wild. 'Cause I know him, that boy, sometimes he be saying some shit.
Why is these hoes ain't loyal my ringtone? Because it's my phone.
Hey, yo. Look.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he was a little more entertaining when he was off the meds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, now he's just making sense.
Hey, yo.
They said the same thing about him.
Is Dr. Umar revolutionary art?
He met up with Sukihana. I'm trying to see what came out of that.
Yeah, he did. He did
finally meet up with the suit.
You know she come from down by the river.
Suki with a good coochie. Either way.
That footage probably never gonna see the light of day.
I will pay for it. Put it on the Patreon. I will get behind the paywall.
About?
Nah, for real. We gotta get on his live and be like, what was you and what happened with you and Suki?
Tell us. We need to know.
He probably would say something like,
I bet he'd say something if we send him some donations.
Donations, yeah.
Do you think that if we went to one of his shows and told him about the podcast, he would listen to it? Or you think he would hear one episode and be like, what the fuck?
No, I think he'll listen to it.
How far do you think he would get? Welcome to the reason they should have never gave you niggas. Like,
Nah, I think he'll get through that.
Yeah, especially if it's a good. Like, I mean, I
He
feel
a
like
Philly
they all
nigga.
be good stuff, but like, we be talking about some shit though. Like,
yeah.
it depends on what episode he listened to.
Probably.
Yikes.
That's the thing.
Either way, well, thank you for joining us. Well, do you want to tell people where they can find you, or what you're up to, or what you do?
I do stuff. I be out in the community. I do community work. Y'all can find me on. Well, y'all can find the ghost of my Instagram page on Instagram at Will Not For Sale, and you can go look at all of my old creative shit and like it and stuff. And maybe Instagram would be happy that you did that. I won't know because I'm not on there, but you can still do that. It'll feel great to my art. As WYLLNOTFORSALE. I remember you said you need to spell the shit out for niggas, you know.
Yes.
And yeah, I do community work. That's all I'm up to. Trying to ensure that whatever can be done to help assist my community in achieving liberation is being done.
Much like Iggy Azalea.
You already know. Listen, hey, you ever get in a jam and you need a letter? I will ask for transformative justice on your behalf. Right?
That's deep.
Well, that's been another episode of Let Me Stay Focused, the podcast. Don't be a hating ass bitch during the break. And we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.